Alright, how's it going everybody, and welcome back to episode 9 here in Bob's World. And today we are over here in the industrial district, which, you know, still growing. We got plenty more farms and things that we need to build here. But in this episode we are going to be working on what's just behind me here is a moss farm. Now, I have spent the better part of, I don't know, a week and a half experimenting with moss farms, coming up with a variety of ideas on how to farm moss and how to do it efficiently. And this is just a little moss farm design I came up with. Yeah. So this is what we're going to be working on today. One change that I'm not going to do is I'm not going to use these power rails and observers. I'm just going to use redstone. Just standard redstone lines. It's a little bit cheaper to build that way, and I don't think this is going to cause that much lag anyway. But I can always swap over to this if need be. Jump out of our free cam there. Yeah, I've also just released a video explaining kind of how moss farms work. This is going to be a bone meal farm, so we're going to take the moss and we're just going to turn it into bone meal. Because I'm going to have some tree farms and stuff over here, and they're going to require a lot of bone meal. Currently the schematic that I have here, this is only a 4 module one. So basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking this, just this part, not this section here. This is all the clock and all the timings. But I'm going to be taking this block here and duplicating that 4 times. So I'm going to have 16 individual modules, and a module is just one of these little sections here, which is kind of like a 7x7 kind of area pretty much. And yeah, we're going to have this spitting out quite a lot of bone meal. And with that being said, I have a lot of bone blocks here, so I've got bone meal to fill the machine up with to start off with. Let me just turn off that schematic for now. Got a bunch of blocks here, bunch of redstone, and I also have some moss and some stone, and I'm gonna go fill up these lava buckets because I'm gonna need 16 buckets of lava. And we've got this nice little lava pit right here. I was worried I was gonna do that at some point. That's okay, I got plenty of buckets. Extra bucket. That's okay. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That is 16. Can't use that scaffolding to get up there. I have to use the old elytra. Also just gonna grab a few water buckets. I set up an infinite water source down here. I just wanna have some buckets of water in the shulker boxes for when I inevitably need them. Dang it. I always carry another empty shulker box. You never know when you're gonna need it. Actually, I might just put them all in the same shulker box. Must be easier. Alright. Cool. Alright, let me just pull up my schematic again. I'm going to set up some scaffolding. And then we'll get into the build. Alright guys, I'm going to show you guys how to build the first two modules, which are the main modules that we take the inputs from the clock from. Well, the inputs from the clock go to these first two modules. Well, the first module, I suppose, first two. And then basically for any other module after the first modules, we just repeat the signal all the way across the machine, however long we want it to be, basically. So I'm just going to dive in, and I've kind of got it marked out here using the schematic. But if I go, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and now we got a 7. And then what we have here is just place a temporary block, and we got target blocks here, 3, 4, and 5. It's going to happen quite a lot whilst I build this, I think. Cool. So there are our target blocks. Nope. And then I want some pistons facing upwards. And then we have blocks behind here. Okay. Then we have a look at my schematic. We've got water here. Just drop down. Yeah, that's definitely going to happen a lot. This is always what happens when I'm building things. Yep, and then I just need to build this like capture area. I want to block off this bottom part here because we are going to have redstone that powers these pistons basically. Swap that out with my food. Might be a little bit better. Because we're going to have water on these blocks, so I want to place a block here, and then another block here. I can break this block, so we don't technically need it. Okay, and then we're going to have another row of pistons here. Mini pistons. We only need 5. 5. And I just need to basically do the same thing I did on this side over here. Cool. And need to hold the water back. Once we get the water in here, that is. Got our stone generator. Running. Directly on top of the pistons? Is that what I'm doing here? No, I've actually placed the pistons in the wrong spot. Typical me. Whoops. I was like, this looks a little bit weird. After all, I did design this farm. Yeah, I forgot that these pistons actually need to go here. Cool, which means we will have solid blocks back here. And we will have redstone on these. Then here we need to have another ring of blocks. Cool, because we're going to have lava in here, water down there, and then we push in the stone generates, we push the stone up, and then we push it across. That's how a stone generator works. Alright, drop back down here. Basically, I just want to mimic this on the other side here. The redstone for this is not overly complex. I've just tried to keep it as simple as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be able to easily... Oh. I was hoping I could easily shift like that onto the back of the redstone dust, but apparently not. And we can just rack our pistons on top of here. Okay. Out here again. Sweet. Ooh, actually, no, that is wrong. Silly me. Bolts out. That's incorrect. I actually need these to go here. So the water flows properly, and then we can wrap this around here. Get our other pistons in. Would have thought though, considering I did design this farm myself, that I would kind of remember how it goes together. Okay, so that's where I did it again. I put these pistons in the wrong spot. Yeah, dang it. Ow. Can't always get it right all the time. Although that would be nice. Let's put my redstone through here. We have another block here and another block here. So we can continue the redstone signal from here all the way along. And we kind of want to... Actually, I'll put that redstone in the wrong place. here, I believe. Yeah, above. No? Oh, I was correct the first time around. Always pays to double check these things because that would work, but that's not how I designed the farm. At the moment, we're just building the stone generator, so. Alright. Quickly gonna have a quick snooze. It doesn't take much to build up these modules, well, at least the stone generator parts of them. Not a very complex design. I just try to keep it as simple as possible because I know I was building it. And yep. Just run these blocks over here. Now, I'm just trying to remember whether that's the first section that will actually be bone mealed. And it is not. So the next section coming out will be where our 5x5 area kind of starts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And there should be one block gap in the middle. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, I've built this one block too far down. Man, I'm having a lot of derpy moments this morning. But that's okay. It's Minecraft, may as well have some fun with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So this is the middle of our farm, basically. This is where we're going to be collecting all the moss, composting it, you know. That's all good. Now I just want to build out these platforms. The underside of them at least. This is just to kind of stop loss of blocks. And that's where we're going to be bone mealing. I might actually go grab my moss block. That's where that is going to live. And I'll come back and I'll do the redstone bits for that later. Let me just fill in this other platform first. Oh, come on. Can't quite reach. It's too early in the morning to be using my brain. Have a quick look. Yep. So what I want to do is I want to place the moss block there. I need to break the block above it. And replace this block. Same thing on this side. So come 2 in and 2 in. So probably just do it this way. But we are gonna have to break that block. Anyway, I think that's the side I'm gonna want my piston on. No, piston's on this side. So I'm gonna want a piston facing this way, there. And should be mirrored on this side, which it is. Oops, that's definitely not the way I want that piston facing. Dang it, come on. See, that one placed perfectly the first time. Don't put this in place. No. God dang it. Alright. Do it the easier way then. Alright, cool. Now what I need to do is I need to get my water in. Here. Just use the old infinite water source trick. Okay, now we got our flowing water. Fill these buckets. Same thing over here. Okay. Now I'm gonna need some stone. Now you don't need to fill the platform completely with stone, but we are gonna need to put some in to make sure that the water and the lava don't come into unnecessary contact with each other too soon. So I'm just going to place 2 rows of stone, so just 10 stone per side basically. And then the stone generator, once we turn the farm on, will fill out the rest of the platform. We can also break this middle block here, because this is where our dispenser is going to be. And we're going to use a dispenser to dispense a bucket of water. I'm definitely going to have to craft more dispensers now that I think about it. There's my redstone box. So to build, you know, the 16 modules I'm going to need 32 dispensers. Each module has 2 dispensers basically, 1 to dispense the bucket of water and 1 to bone meal the bone block, the moss block. Now I can get my lava in place. Now, when I was building this farm, technically you should only need 1 lava source, but when I was building and testing, I filled all these lava sources up. So I had lava sources on every single block, which means you need 5 lava buckets per module, but you shouldn't actually need to do that. One lava source per module should be fine. And we'll find out how well that works once we've finished constructing it. But that's the stone generators done. That's 1/2 of the farm. Well, 1/3 of the farm, maybe? 1/2? Yeah. That's probably the more complex part of the farm, but now obviously I need to fill in the sides here. How did I do this in my schematic? Oh, cool. And I want to leave this middle block free. Well, actually not on this side. I just want to build my walls up all the way across. It's 2 blocks high for now. We'll come back and we'll add some glass on the top. Added an extra block there, which I don't really need, but that's okay. So maybe I do. Hold on. I shouldn't deviate too much from the design, because I know the design works and it works really well. So on this side, I'm going to leave that middle block open. Because I'll have a hopper underneath that, so it can catch moss blocks that get pushed over there from the water. Yeah, so I'm just going to leave that open like so. All right. All right, we got the stone generators in. I also need to get some signs. That's fine. We can go get some signs. It's all good. Because we're going to use signs to stop the stone generators from generating too much stone. My wood box. What do we have? Yeah, we'll just do some spruce signs, I think. Crafting table. I need some sticks, which I've put. I left in this box. Be enough signs for at least this little module we're currently building. But yeah, pistons won't be able to break these signs, so that's why I use them. So we're going to place the signs here. I'm going to place another sign there for now. So yeah, these pushing stone generators aren't going to break these signs, so that's what they're there for. All right. What I'm going to do now is I'm just probably going to roll a time lapse and I'll build out the rest of the stone generators, and then I'll come back to talk about the bone meal system underneath everything here. And then after that, we'll go over how the clock works and all that kind of stuff. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, well I've got pretty much all the modules built out here. We have 8 per side, we've got 8 on this side, 8 on this side, so 16. I have all the stone generators good to go. I've wired up all the redstone necessary for firing these dispensers when we need to fire the dispensers. You know, flush the moss carpet and stuff off of everything. I got my piston set up to break anything that is on top of the moss block that will be there eventually. And yeah, we kind of got everything pieced together here. This required way more resources than what I thought it was going to do. I just had to smelt up a whole bunch more glass and a couple other things. I had to craft some more dispensers and stuff like that. So yeah, we've got all of the main structure built now. So the next part is to build basically what goes underneath here, the actual stations that, you know, do the dispensing and, well, the bone mealing and the breaking of anything on this moss block. So if I turn on the schematic here, we have this set up. So we got a hopper with the dispenser and some observers wrapping around to trigger that piston. So let's grab what we need. I'm going to need another dispenser by the looks of it. I'll deal with that later anyway. And I need these things. I think we're good. And some moss blocks, obviously. My dispenser, and I suppose. Whoops. Don't worry, I've been doing a lot of that whilst I've been building this. That's for sure. I just need to get dispenser facing upwards, like so. And a hopper running into here. Okay. Just trying to... Schematic throws me off a little bit sometimes. Forget where all the scaffolding is. Cool. 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 I'll put the observer that powers this dispenser in afterwards because it's going to be easier to place it later. I need an observer facing in. Dang it. More scaffolding to the rescue. Come on. Dang it. One place. I didn't really want that to be. Yeah, cool. So yeah, all this dispenser does, all this observer does is pick up when this dispenser gets fired, and then it fires the piston at the top. Set up the one on this side. It's a temporary block, so I can get this dispenser in. Everything wants to be facing back into the middle here, like so. And I can just put that one in there. I'll get this other observer in once I get the redstone lines run. But that's basically our system for dispensing the bone meal and then breaking whatever block is on top of this moss block. I should add this hopper in before I forget, because knowing me, I will forget, and there will be water running everywhere and I'll be like, what's up with all this water? And it's because I've missed a hopper somewhere. But yeah, that's the idea of these little modules. So yeah, what I'm going to do, actually now I think what we really need to do is we actually need to build the clock. The command module is, I'm going to call it the clock, which is really just this bit over here for now. And once I got this built, then I'll connect it all up to everything, and then I want to start running the stone generators so we can get the stone platforms all in properly. What am I going to need for this? Okay. Don't need my dispensers. I'm going to need some repeaters. And I have to get some more repeaters, I think. Grab my other redstone box. Gonna need another sticky piston. Redstone torch and a lever. I should have a lever in here somewhere. Pop some of this other stuff away. I am going to need my hoppers. Be some redstone in here too. All right. Obviously some building blocks. Alright, cool. So we will get started on this in a second. Alright guys. And I'm going to jump into building this clock now. Pretty straightforward. Relatively simple little repeater based clock here. Okay. That one in. Repeater's going. I'll set to 4 ticks. There. Oh, I'm actually gonna need another sticky piston. I forgot about that. Let's whack a lever and a torch on here. This torch will fire the clock off once, but that's fine. Not attached to anything else at the moment. Okay, stick the piston in there. Observer. It's definitely not pressing the wrong way. Alright, I'll actually put that observer on later. Once I kind of get a little bit more of the structure done, but I want to get the clock in because I want to start firing off the stone generators a little bit. Just to get them all going properly. But yeah, the clock is very simple. Basically, 8 tick pulse, fire piston, 8 ticks, fire piston. And then basically what we get out of that is the stone generators basically firing every like 8 ticks ish. I don't know exactly what that exact number is. But yeah. I think we need these blocks. No. Oh, I am going to have to build these now. That's fine. These in. And all this is doing is just putting in a 2-tick delay. I'm going to use redstone instead of a powered rail. And I'm going to go do the same on the other side, but I need to set up these observers. Well, an observer running into this block. No, wrong way. And sometimes placing things is annoying. Let's get up here. Alright, cool. There we go. And all that's really doing is once this line fires, we just wait 2 seconds, well, 2 ticks, and then we fire these pistons. So that just gives it, you know, time for the stone to generate and then push out. That's all this is doing. Nothing super complicated here. As I said earlier, like when I was designing the farm, I kind of wanted to keep it as simple as possible. 2 ticks on that. Click that observer in. Got this other block because this has already been a pretty resource intensive build, so I don't really want to lose too much if I can help it. And then here's the base of our clock. So this is the clock that basically fires the stone generator, and then we have a pulse coming off the top that does the water and the bone mealing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get in this line here. it sends the signal from this observer that will be there. And as I said earlier, I'm not going to be using powered rails for this. Just going to use redstone instead. I used most of my power rails on my multi-item sorter over at the base. So I'm probably going to replace these observers with repeaters. Yeah, so I'm just going to put a repeater here just to be on the safe side. And these are 1-tick repeaters. Yep. Cool. Alright, got that on there. Now I just need to build this top section. Redstone to carry the signal up here into this 3-tick repeater. This goes into this block. Alright. That one on there. Quickly go grab another redstone torch. Whoops. Sure, I'm jumping onto a solid block. Alright, I'm just gonna place this right on here. Then we have our wee little hopper counter, basically, is what this does. It's going to be the easiest way of building this. Yeah, probably just placing down a block there. Let me turn off the schematic. It's just going to annoy me. Yep. I have a hopper there. Another hopper there. But now, facing into that one. Another one there. That way, and then that way. Alright, now I just need to take this hopper out. That one that way. Redstone. What have I done wrong here? Okay. This needs to be over here, actually. Well, I messed that up. That's okay, we can fix it just fine. Take these 3 hoppers on out. Replace these 3. Yeah, so They're all going this way. Redstone should be powered. Alright. Good. Let's take these blocks out. We don't need them. Pick those up. Come on, Minecraft. Why do you have to rain all the time? Okay, now where am I taking this comparator output from? What is wrong here? Oh, that's fine. Something weird in this is happening with the schematic. Basically, you're just going to take a comparator output. Oh, that hopper's facing the wrong direction. Good thing I noticed that now, or else it's going to cause a problem. Alright, let me just double check this. That one's facing that way. That's going into that one. That's going into this one. Just facing into that hopper. And that hopper, then that hopper. Okay, cool. The circle is complete. Just gonna add another block here. And take this one out. Comparator is going to feed into another block. Feed into this block. And we're going to have 2 sticky pistons and 2 observers. Sticky piston this way. Where do I have this observer facing? This way. Cool. It's good. And we have another sticky piston. The observer facing that way. I'm not too worried about this top section yet. Or this line that runs down here. That is fine, just the way it is. I don't need those yet. But now we have the stone generator set up, so yeah, as you can see, the stone platforms aren't full yet. So what we need to do is I just need to flick the switch and the stone generator should start working. So yeah. Can I go to sleep to get rid of this rain now? Oh god, come on. Alright, well, we'll just test this anyway. What is going on here? Oh, okay. Oh no, what's wrong? I'm missing some more observers. My bad. This is going to get a bit messy. There's some water. That's okay. Place the redstone back there. I forgot I needed 2 observers here to power this top block. Alright, cool. Now we should be good to go. This is also another good example of why you should test farms as you build them. Because if I built the whole farm, that's really easy to fix, but if it was something else that was broken, yeah, that wouldn't have been ideal. Should start to see stone being generated. Alright, this side's going. Okay, why is this side not firing? Okay, it's because I'm missing a bit of redstone. Okay. There we go. There we go. Stone generators are firing. They're working quite nicely, if I do say so myself. And now they've reached the push limit. So, well, they haven't reached the piston push limit, but they can't break these signs because the signs are unmovable entities, I believe. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I don't mind. But yeah, just that little clock down there controls all of our stone generators. Do I have an item in here already? Oh, I do. Let's take that out. I'm just going to turn the clock off. And then I'm going to explain what this kind of does a little bit more. And why I'm using it in the fashion that I'm using it in. But first I'm just going to check to make sure all these hoppers are in fact empty. Just double check again. Alright. So what we have here is we have 6 hoppers. All pointing into each other in a circular form here. So basically I'm taking a comparator output from this hopper. So I'm going to put a piece of redstone dust in this hopper here. Now, because these hoppers are powered, these hoppers are locked. So this item's going to stay here. And so when this clock pulses, it turns this torch off. Which then means that this redstone dust will move to this hopper. And then it will be locked. And then it moves to this one, then this one, then this one. And then when it gets to this one, it's gone through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this one here is the 6th pulse. And then what we do with that 6 holes is that we're going to send a signal using these 2 pistons. We're going to send a signal up here, which powers these dispensers, which flush the water, which, you know, flush all the moss objects like the azalea, the moss carpets, and the grass off the moss blocks and into our hoppers for composting. And then what this piston and observer does here is it will trigger another redstone line, which will fire all of our dispensers to bone meal these moss blocks to then turn the stone into moss. So every 6 pulses of the stone generator, we get a flush cycle and a bone meal cycle. And the reason why it's doing it that way is 6 pulses of the stone generator will break every single moss block that gets generated from when we bone meal this moss block. So from 1 piece of bone meal, we're getting the maximum efficiency out of it. And that was the thing that took me a week and a half to figure out. Because it took me a week and a half to come up with this particular farm design. But I wanted to understand the mechanics, all the mechanics behind building this, and understand them well. So that's why I spent a week and a half coming up with this design in particular. Is it the most redstone efficient, resource efficient build? Probably not. But is it easy to build? Yes. Is it going to potentially cause some lag issues? Yeah, probably. But I'm the only person that plays in this world, so a bit of lag when I'm running this farm is fine by me. But yeah, what I'm going to do now that I know the stone generators work, is I'm actually going to go and finish putting in all the bone meal modules. That's my next little job here, so I'll be back once that is done. Alright guys, I've just gone ahead and I've just finished building the farm. This video is going to be a bit long, so I didn't want to have this video unnecessarily long, so I've just gone ahead and I've just finished on up the farm here. I have filled all of the dispensers and hoppers with bone meal, so the whole farm is completely full of bone meal right now, so we should see profit pretty much straight away. Let me just get up on top over here maybe. Oh, okay. Hard to show you because of all the waterways, but I'll drop down here maybe. No. But yeah, all the dispensers and the hoppers behind them are full of bone meal. So if in theory I turn this bad boy on, we should be in action. So how about we do that? We're on. It's going to take a wee while. It's going to take 6 pulses before we do the first bone meal. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, bone meal. Flush cycle. So there's 1 pulse. There's 2 pulses. 3, 4, 5, and then bone meal. We're not wasting any bone meal. So down here, I just have a single dropper, just... Oh, I've made a mistake. Turn this off. Whoopsie. I thought I finished building it all, but I forgot about something down this end. Yeah, look at all this bone meal. Yep. I forgot to finish off the waterway here. Thought I was done. I've been building for hours. Alright, let me just fix this up. I'm breaking that 4 right now. I need that there. Take this block out. Bone meal very quickly. I was like, why am I not seeing bone meal circulating? The answer is very obvious now. I don't finish off the waterway. Right, just do that. Just pop that bone meal back into there. Okay, now the farm is officially finished. The farm is done. Now I can go back and turn it on. Turn it back on again. Alright. Have a quick snooze. Is our free cam? Everything is working. Alright, Can't quite see the entities, but that's okay. Let's jump up on top of the farm here. Yeah, everything's working pretty well. Washing, crushing. Now we can see all the bone meal coming out. And then the bone meal runs all the way down through here. And then any excess comes out over here. I also added these lights to try and prevent, you know, any lighting update lag from all this redstone. But if we wait for it, yep, pulse, bone meal. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Let me just get away from some of the noise. Well, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.